Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlin for the New York Times and Assistant Puzzles Editor Sam Mazursky. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing quite all right. It's great to be here this Thursday afternoon, solving together.
Yep. Solving together is what we do, and I hope you have somebody to solve with too. If not, pull up a seat and solve with us. We have a puzzle today by Zhouqin Burnikel, also known as Cece. We refer to her in the business, and she is one of the best constructors around right now. I really enjoy her puzzles.
She can make puzzles of easy and late week difficulty, and she has a tricky Thursday for us today. This is her 53rd puzzle for the New York Times, so she's quite prolific.
Yes. Montreal Kane is saying good morning from Wisconsin. Good morning, Montreal. Oh, sorry, good afternoon, Montreal. Yes. And Patrick Connor Cantwell is with us again. Hi, everybody. We are going to get started now. Sam, you got your start, I think, with 15 across, didn't you?
Writer-filmmaker Ephron. There's only one Ephron I could think of that was 4 letters and spelled that way, so it had to be Nora Ephron, who wrote Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Right, absolutely, and she's written a lot more. One of my favorite memoirs called I Feel Bad About My Neck.
No kidding.
For the crepey skin that you develop at a certain age. She has a sister who is also a writer, but I don't remember her name, and I don't think it's 4 letters. So I think by default it has to be Nora.
Hello
Susan
from
writes,
Malta, says Tess Borg.
Oh, wow. Hi,
Nice
Tess. Yeah, absolutely. Rachel Marks agrees on Nora. Susan Whites agrees on Nora. Mary Jane Conlon Riley says opt in, but we don't have a number for that, Mary Jane. Please retype it with the number so we know where to put it. Tess Borg says 6 across is ages. Let's take a look at that. A long time. Wow, you got it. It could be eons, but I don't think that would make much sense given Nora. But thank you for that.
The letter pattern looks a lot better there.
Absolutely.
I see Denise Nilsson, welcome back, says that 30 down is ATM. Over there in the middle left area.
Okay, I'm getting over there. Convenience store convenience. That's from the Department of Redundancy Department. I like that clue. Okay, ATM.
How did I know you would do that?
Yeah, because you know me too well. I rely on the same jokes. Wow, Gwen Leon Ka says 7 down is gondolas.
That's
a really nice
there.
one. Yeah. Ski resort transport. I always think of T-bar because you always see that in the puzzle, but today the answer happens to be gondola, and I like that. Eats up a lot of space there.
It's a nice way in.
People are saying that 20, Mona Lagarbo and a lot of other people are saying that 20 across is ENT. Let's take a look at that. Sometimes jumping into those 3-letter shorter ones are a good way to get a toehold in the puzzle. Doc, who might treat sleep apnea, is definitely an ear, nose, and throat guy, and we know that it's an abbreviation because Doc is shortened, and so shortened word in the clue, shortened answer. E is ENT.
It's a fresh clue besides. Well
it
done.
really is. Did you write that one?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. He's blushing. He's not admitting to anything. Let's see. Brian Payne Duncan is back, and he says 21 across is cold. Let's look at this.
They're
often caught and passed around. That's true.
So it's not footballs? There we
go. No, sorry about that.
It is Thursday. The clues get a little trickier, guys, but it doesn't seem like it's stopping you all. Well done.
Eric Shrunk made the same mistake that I did at 43 across. Let's see, 43 across, one who might be second guessed by instant replays. I put in ref also until I got to some of the crossings, and I found out that the answer happened to be ump.
What's a funny story is that up until a few years ago when MLB introduced instant replay, ump wouldn't have even been a correct answer here. So this is a relatively new development where it actually works.
And now you can confuse everybody.
Yep, absolutely. It is Thursday.
Okay. Melissa Bond Rogers says 22 across is plan B. Let's take a look at that. Fallback strategy is definitely plan B.
Good.
That sounds good. I'm going to put that in there.
It's a weird-looking letter blend.
It really is, with the N and the B there. That's not something you would expect. Let's see. Patrick Connor Cantwell had germs for quite some time. Not correct, alas.
Instead of colds.
Right. Let's see. Patricia Fellon says 3 down is don't worry. Let's see. Easy, everything will be okay. That is very close.
That's a good guess, but
it is.
I feel like we might need a few more letters there.
I think so. I'm going to put in don't, and oops, sorry about that. And I will say though that I really like this entry because it's a phrase from my favorite book. I'm not going to give it away just yet.
I'm excited to hear.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying TMZ at 38 down. Nina Beth Waysdorf, Vicky Pendleton. We do already have the M there.
Oh,
celebrity gossip site.
Absolutely.
There you go.
TMZ. There you go.
Gotta be it.
Thank you, guys.
Another answer we couldn't have used a few years before this.
Wow, Lance Mock is way ahead of us, but we're not going to put that in just yet, Lance, because there's a trick to this. Tess Borg says 42 across is man. Oops, sorry about that. Bub. Well, very close. Tricky. Now, bub is slang for hey, pal, hey. It could be man.
I could see it as man.
I'll put the A in there, but let's see.
Let's come back. Check our crossers through.
Yeah. I don't know about that squared. Easy, everything will be okay. I'm not sure, but let's take a look. Publisher of American Hunter magazine for short. And let's go here. Needle say. I don't know that one. What do we have there?
It could be a noun. It could be a verb.
It could be. Claudia Stewart Navarro is asking whether 23 across is rope. Let's take a look at that. Mountaineers need.
Mountaineer needs a lot, but you know what? That sounds good to me.
That's an awesome guess. Thank you for that.
Gives us the ER there at 1 down.
And it gives us the P in 3 down. So it's don't, P. And I'm going to fill it in just because I really like this and because I love to spoil things.
I think Tess Borg and Ramon Sunico got it besides. So we do have some listeners.
So that's great.
Right
yeah.
Brian Payne Duncan.
Don't panic, which is the phrase from my favorite book in the whole world, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I think that's a great, very lively phrase in there. Okay, what else do we have? Patrick Connor Cantwell says 48 down is target. Let's take a look at that. Firing range site.
Yeah, that's
nice.
It's gotta be a target,
Look at you, Patrick.
Well done.
Good
gives
for
us a
you.
6-letter answer for which we can use the crossers.
Right. Sarah Ty is asking whether 53 across is luck. Let's take that. Dark. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Not a bad guess. I might want to get a letter or two there.
I think so. I think so. That's a really good guess, but we're going to come back to that. Let's see. Rex Chung says 52 across is Cal.
This would have been
easy.
This would have been a gimme for me.
Even I knew this one, and I'm not a sports follower. Orioles legend Cal Ripken.
Let's go Orioles.
Kapako Ja says 25 across is 2. Let's see. Word before little and late. Very good. Too little, too late. Nicely done.
It's not the case here with your solving.
Michael Schupner says, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, 36 across is trisect. Wow, that's a nice long one there. Divide into 120-degree sections, say. Now, these are the kind of clues, very honestly, where my brain just shuts down. Because
you go for the crosses there.
Well, I do, because to be perfectly honest, I flash back to high school math and my SATs. But it's true. If you have a pie and you divide it into 100, which is 360 degrees, and you divide it into 120-degree sections, you wind up with 3 sections, right? So, and that means to trisect something.
You were a math major in school, weren't you?
Not even close. So
I see a bunch of solvers have abbreviation for electric at 49 down. John M. Battle, welcome back. Susan Whites, Denise Nilsson.
Absolutely. Standard utility.
Abbreviation in the clue.
Abbreviation in the answer. There we go.
Not my favorite abbreviation in the world, but you got to have some gluey fill somewhere.
A little bit, yeah. Let's see. Bridget Young says 51 down is dozen. Group of 13. Wow. Well, you know what? That's very close. If that's a baker's dozen, actually. If you have 12 plus one more, that's what a baker's dozen actually is. So, but we didn't say baker's dozen here, so we're going to just wait on that one because that's not quite Well, there's definitely enough squares for that. So.
Interestingly enough, there's a few of the same letters too, but we'll come back to that. Let's get some crossers.
Okay, Mona Lagarbo says 24 down. Let's skip up there. 24 down.
This was Will's clue.
Oh, matchmaker. That's evil, Will. I like that with the question mark. We don't know whether it's someone who makes matches or what, but the answer is Eros, the Greek god of romance, of love, exactly.
After cluing so many Valentine's Day puzzles, this must have been stuck in our head.
I think so. You see that come up quite a bit. People have been talking about 30 across. To needle something, say, is to annoy them.
So needle is a verb after all. That is tough. It can be. That's certainly vague.
It's a little old-fashioned, but I like it. Later is by, which some people have been saying.
Out of curiosity, do you want to go over to 27 across? I just want to check out the longer answer because...
Okay. Something unknowns are introduced in. Wow. The only unknowns I know about are Pokemon, but that could just be me.
Unknown is spelled without the K and the N.
That's right, and it would be a capital U anyway, so I know
We're
it has nothing
nerds.
to do. We are very big. We are very nerdy. Something unknowns are introduced in. I have no idea what that is.
And this is Thursday, too, so
Yes.
even if I had an idea, I don't necessarily want to jump on that quite yet.
Right, because you know what? I think the longer a Thursday puzzle keeps its secrets, the more exciting it is.
That's the aha moment for you. It's the best part of solving.
That's why I usually wait in these streams for the last minute to reveal the theme mode. But of course, our viewers are crushing it while we do that.
Marissa Marie. Oh, Jinx, you owe me a soda.
It said 50 down is Alexa.
This would have been a gimme for me, but it's a fresh clue.
Amazon's voice-controlled assistant. Absolutely.
It is Alexa. I have an Echo Dot.
Do you really?
Can confirm.
Oh,
it works really well, but it's really creepy sometimes because
I can imagine.
I had a friend named Alexa, so whenever she was over, the Echo Dot would just turn on.
Right. Now, 63, we have an X here, so let's try this one. Pink slipped. Now, to get a pink slip, or at least at some point in history, if you got a pink slip at your job, you were fired. We need a...
So is it canned?
I know. We have that X there. So I'm going to say it's axed.
Axed is the one.
Right? If you get axed, you've gotten fired. Denise Nilsson is saying goodbye to us. Nope. That's 28 down by. Thank you that we've. Did we fill that in?
We did fill that in.
Okay, sorry.
But we're glad you're still here. We hope you're still here, Denise.
Alasha Nunez says, isn't 27 across Shakespearean? Let's take a look. Something unknowns are introduced in. It's possible. Let's come back to that. Or we could try solving this one. Schlep. To schlep something.
Lug around. That sounds like
lug around.
Tote.
I think so. To tote something around. That's a good one. Now we have another letter here. Ooh, we're almost done with this one. Having hands in a way. Oof. Oh, this was evil. A lot of people are agreeing on axed.
Natalie Crew is calling my name, but I think she's saying that's the answer to 61 down.
Yeah, I thought of you when I did this puzzle. Toucan Sam. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Toucan Sam, the Fruit Loops mascot, is definitely Sam.
I didn't even like Fruit Loops that much.
Well, yeah.
I'm a Reese's Puffs guy.
There you go. All right, so here we've got, forgetful actors, somebody who needs a little bit help with their lines.
Probably needs some sort of cue, right?
Yes. And because this is...
a participle.
It's a participle. Yeah, it would be cued.
My English teachers should be proud.
I think so. I'm proud of you. Oh. All right. So Ronak Dave says 34 down is MRI. X-ray alternative. Yep.
It's got to be MRI, right?
Got to be MRI. Thank you. Let's see. Nishi Malhotra says 54 down is anger. 54 down. Let's skip over here. Anger management. You know what?
Wow, that's a great...
I like that. It doesn't happen to be the answer today, but it should be. Especially at this point in the week. Especially because it's not not technically Friday yet. So we're going to come back to that, but you put a big smile on my face. I like that.
That's a perfectly good guess, though. Let it be known. It's just unfortunate that that's not the right one.
Miriam Ford has got the theme sort of. So we're going to wait on that, though. We want to hold off on the theme until the very end. Let's keep solving the puzzle. John M. Battle says 57 across is fared. Let's see, ventured.
Ooh, that's awfully close.
It really is. You know what?
Maybe it was just a mistype.
Maybe. You know what? Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Banquet. If you have a banquet, I didn't quite get the connection between this clue and this answer. They seem like they're different parts of speech.
So banquet, the trickery of Thursday is that banquet can also be a verb.
It can. Really?
Apparently.
Okay. We don't know. We're not in control of any of this. We're just here to solve. But the answer happens to be dine. To dine is to banquet on something, I guess. Or
I don't really use that terminology every day.
Okay.
That's
no,
Thursday
neither do I. But it can be in a crossword. Now, ha, I like this word. We have a P blank C and 4 more squares after that. And I can almost see the word filling itself in here. I think it's got to be picante.
Ah, like hot salsa.
Exactly.
Okay, there you go. You want to check your crossers there
real
quick?
Sure, absolutely. Let's see, 64 across, couple of chips maybe. That's definitely got to be, we're not talking about kettle-cooked potato chips here. We're talking about throwing in a couple of chips on a bed, and that's to auntie.
Well, more importantly, it's because when you have kettle chips, you never just have a couple. You have the whole bag.
Exactly. So. There's not, I don't care what size it is. Cross is to meet. Yes.
When
things meet in the middle.
Lines intersecting.
Absolutely. We've got and so here we have very close to fared. Ventured is dared. If you dared to do something, you ventured.
Trisha Tabalon has it. Edward Nemuel has it. Heather Woodley has it. Well done. You guys are crushing it.
And Lise Dusta has picante. And Valerie Mararu, absolutely.
So here's something for Bilal Sandila is chiming in at 68 across, is wondering that why can't it be kilt? The problem with that is that it's actually going to be the plural. You were very close. It's kilts. Many people can play bagpipes in kilts, but excellent guess. You led us to the right answer.
Exactly, and we're very happy that some people thought it should have been Scotland, but we really don't have enough squares for that.
And God forbid if it's another Rebus puzzle.
Oh God, yeah, no, I don't like it. On the other hand, you can sit me down in front of a Rebus puzzle and I will not get it, but you can sit me down in front of this kind of theme and it's mine. Brains are very funny the way they work.
That's the best part of collaborative solving,
I think
honestly.
so. 58 down is, a lot of people are saying dock. Let's take a look at that. Come to port. Yes, absolutely. Is to dock. There we go. And let's see. Srimanti and Gupta says 6 down is analog.
Wow.
Absolutely. That was a tricky one. Having hands in a way. Isn't that amazing?
As opposed to a digital clock.
Exactly.
Think about analog
clocks here.
With the hour and minute hands.
Now look at this, Sam. So far, we have a clue. Something unknown's introduced in, and so far we have Arbegel, which sounds like gibberish.
That sounds like a sound you see in the comics.
Yes.
Or John Arbogel.
Or it could be Arbogel. Or it could be an adjective to Arbogel someone. Right?
Maybe we're just learning new words in crosswords.
I think so, except that it doesn't really work that way. The words in the crossword are always words. So we're going to come back to that. 32 across, producer of inflation. I love this.
Can I just pause for a second,
Sure.
Deb? I just want to say you're welcome and a thank you to Tatiana Akulich, who is acknowledging that the crossword is difficult to guess the words, but it's enjoyable to listen to us talking about it.
Well, thank you. And we're happy to have you here, Tatiana. That's probably, a lot of people tell me that crosswords are probably one of the best ways to learn English, or American English in this case. Let's see. Mono Lagarbo says 56 across is flora. Plant life. Yes, flora versus fauna. Flora. Flora. Thank you for that. Andrew Smith has gotten the one that I was going to go for that I think is hilarious. The producer of inflation. We're not talking about economic inflation today. We're just talking about regular old blowing something up. And the producer of inflation is air. Thank you. I love that. I think that was very funny.
Nice and simple, nice and clean.
Right. Mike Stedham agrees on that.
Beth Wiley says that 59 across is use or use.
Say. Use caution. I think so. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
It's just a slightly devious clue, you know, like really, that isn't a gimme at all.
It really isn't, and I normally encourage people to start with the fill in the blanks because those are the easiest clues. But it's sometimes even on a Thursday in particular that's hard to do. But it does bring us back to 54 down, which I loved. When somebody said that the answer should be anger management, it is. On some days. Today, however, the answer happens to be a financial term, which is asset management. But thank you for that because you made my day.
Deb, you gave us that second S there, and I'm noticing that long answer 60 across. I don't want to unravel any more of the theme here, but I'm just curious to see what that clue is.
Well, the clue is what we call a revealer, and you can see that the other theme entries are lit up and highlighted. The clue here is backtracking, or what 17, 27, and 46 across are doing. Now, pay very close attention to that clue, backtracking. So we're not really sure what we want for an answer here yet, but we know that all three of these theme answers are going to have something to do with it. Okay, that's what a revealer does. It's a hint to the other theme answers. So
it's just something to keep in mind as we work our way through this puzzle and look at some weird-looking strings of letters.
Right. Sarah Ty is saying 52 down is dozen, like baker's dozen, and that's another a good guess. The thing is that we didn't say it's a baker's dozen in the clue, so you can't really assume things that haven't actually been said in the clues themselves. So we're going to do a couple of crossers and show you why it's not actually dozen, even though that's a terrific guess. 50 across didn't feel like moving, maybe. Well, let's see. I went to the gym yesterday and I didn't feel like moving afterward. Do you know why?
Probably because you were sore, right?
I was pretty sore, so I did some new workouts and I ran a little further than I normally do. And I cannot tell you how much I ached as a result of that.
There you go. Well done.
Okay. So now we've got down here, whoops. That's a hard one.
I see Sam House and John M. Battle actually have it.
That's right. If you whoop somebody, you tan their hide.
Tan their hide.
Oops, sorry about that. Tans. There you go. So now we have 51 down. It's not going to be dozen. We have C-O-blank-E-N, but there's another kind of group of 13 that I know about for people who practice Wicca or if you're into Shakespeare, although those were only a group of 3 particular witches. But
fair is foul and foul is fair.
Exactly. There you go. We've read the same books, I think. Group of 13.
I have not read Hitchhiker's Guide.
In this, oh, God, you've got to. The group of 13 in today's puzzle happens to be a coven. So there you go. I don't want you to think that dozen isn't a good guess. It is a good guess, and please keep coming back. Don't give up.
Heck, it is 3 out of the same 5 letters. That's just a trick.
Okay, here, let's finish this one. A brotherhood for short. Okay, were you a member of one of these?
I was not, but I did have plenty of friends that were members of fraternities or frats.
In fact, I was actually a little sister at Phi Gamma Delta.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So frat is the short for fraternity, of course. Let's see, Susan Weiss. Oh my God, Natalie Crew, man, you've got that. You've got that theme entry. Susan White, though, says 46 down is shreds. Let's see. Reduced to bits. Yes, to shreds. To shreds, you say.
That's the only word I can think that fits the pattern.
There you go.
Besides.
Absolutely. And then we've got another theme entry here. But let's see if we can crush this. Back end. That's got to be the rear.
It's got to be rear, but S-R-E-Z, that's so weird.
That is weird. Reversing.
It's got to be rear, though. So
it's got to be rear. And look at this. We have reversing. Reversing C something. Let's see.
It's got to be
We're
reversing.
reversing. Let's see what else we can tackle here. What else? People are... Oh, Kaylee Gibson Reed has it. Sarah Ty has it. Carlin K. Peters has it. Sam House is au naturel right now, which is frankly a little too much information.
Hey, real quick, Deb, do you mind just scrolling the screen actually just a little more up here? I think the bottom's just slightly cut off. Well,
Sure.
No, not up there, just within our window here. Just click outside there.
Okay.
Let me see if this... Whoops. Nope, that didn't do anything. Sorry.
Okay, sorry guys.
Not sure what happens, but apologize for the technical difficulties here.
Right, if the bottom of the screen is cut off, you can always just pinch to make it a little smaller. But I'm going to go back. Apparently somebody is au naturel right now, so I'm going to type that in. Naturel.
Sorry for the diversion there, everybody.
Yep. Naturel, and that's in French. So
Katie
it's EL.
Stein and Natalie Crew are figuring out that revealer.
And Ronak Dave.
Heather Woodley says, I get it, in all caps. That's awesome. We love seeing these aha moments, guys.
That's great. Listen to this. We've got heads exploding all over the place. Olivia Crooker says 62 down is REI, New England State School. Well, REI is REI a school? I know of it as a sporting goods company.
I know of it as my athletic apparel store.
Today it happens to be URI, though. Okay, and so reversing course. We got to put that in. Okay, so the answer to backtracking is reversing course. And we're going to show you why in just a minute, but not quite yet. We still have you guys have a lot of work to do.
I know
here.
the suspense is killing me too.
I know.
We gotta go a little further.
Tank Steiner says 65 across is creep, despicable sort. Yep, you got that.
That's good.
Very good. Thank you for that. Let's see. Traffic signals.
All I can think about is Roadrunner right now.
Oh, well, the thing is, it's not meep meep with an M, because that's what the Roadrunner said. But he did.
I always thought of it as like an M-B-E-E-P.
Okay, beep, beep, beep. And this gets us back to another very confusing clue, a shot in the dark. And I thought this was like really a weird coincidence that a shot should also be a stab. But it is true. If you take a shot in the dark, you take a stab at something.
Excellent job. John M. Battle agrees with beeps. Mona Lagarbo agrees with creep. Edward Nemil agrees with stab. And
Michael Robert Grimm and Susan Whites are getting the hang of this. They're definitely shouting out with the theme entries.
Marilyn Lanou Johnson agrees with.
Okay, you know what? Let's give it away. All right, we're going
to go to 46 across. Here.
Okay. Well, first let's review the fact that we've got reversing course as our revealer. Backtracking, or what 17, 27, and 46 across are doing. Now, this is a trick that has appeared in the New York Times puzzle before. Some people say that's unfair. You're not supposed to write backwards in the puzzle, but we're going to do it today, okay? So 46 across, starters. Starters of a meal are, of course, appetizers.
And it even jumped backwards for you.
Oops, there you go. Now, when read as normal English is read, what it actually says is Seredatepa. But there you go. I think that's some sort of an appetizer. It must be.
That's going to be the name of my restaurant.
There you go. And but it's appetizers. APPETIZERS. There you go. So we are reversing course. Now, why are we reversing course? Because an appetizer is a course of a meal, and we've reversed it. Got it?
So that's a double whammy. Not only did you need to know to write the letters backwards, but a course represented in that. That's a very clever... Right. Zhouqin Burnikel is a very clever puzzle maker.
Yes.
Well done.
Very well.
Unbelievable.
And somebody is asking, I forget
Marissa Marie and Jackie Hu and Natalie Crew all know 27 across here.
There we go. This is another one that gives me nightmares. Something unknowns are introduced in.
I should have gotten this sooner.
You probably should have. P-R-E. It's not easy to type backwards on a keyboard. A.
Arbeglaerp.
Arbeglaerp.
Is it like Wyatt's brother?
Now you
Was
should
he at
say,
the OK Corral
excuse
too?
me. Or regular. It sounds like you're burping. But something unknowns are introduced in is pre-algebra, read backwards, which is also a school course.
Oh
These
my
are
gosh.
all different kinds of courses read backwards.
Is your head spinning yet? Mine is.
Yep. Okay. So Sam House says 17 across. This is a long one. Home of the Masters is indeed Augusta National, and I'm not going to type this backwards, but I'm going to start here. A-U-G.
For all those speed solvers out there,
Sorry
this had to have
about this.
slowed down your times.
Yeah, sorry about your streaks, guys. Augusta National. Sorry about this, but it's not easy to type slowly. So
Wow.
there we go. Augusta National backwards. And
La
so
Noye Tanatsugwa.
yes, thank you. It sounds like some sort of a First Nations language. But and then our Bregler sounds like you're burping. And Srestipa is the name of Sam's new restaurant.
So these are all courses.
Yes, these are all courses.
Because Augusta
spelled backwards.
National's a golf course.
Is a golf course.
There we go. Wow.
And reversing course is the theme of today's puzzle.
Excellent job.
Thomas Bilger said, I got appetizers and then talked myself out of it. That's okay, Thomas. You know what? We do that all the time. That's what the eraser and the backspace key are for.
I usually talk myself into getting appetizers, personally.
Oh, yes. The more the better. 29 down, I'm sorry. Heather
Heather
Woodley
says
and
it's-
Sarah Ty saying 29 down is ale, which is correct. Okay. To feel under par is to ale.
Deb,
Listen.
we were chatting a little bit about 40 down.
We were.
Blank, blank, he.
Okay. Oh.
Frequent visitor to
Oh,
a principal's office.
Now, Sam and I agreed to disagree on this one. The answer here, and I'm pretty sure this was a clue that Sam came up with, frequent visitor to a principal's office in today's puzzle is imp. Now, imp is a fairly old-fashioned word for a young child who is a bit naughty, and I honestly don't believe that someone who goes to the principal's office is necessarily an imp. I don't know. The word imp reminds me of garden gnome for some reason. It just doesn't remind me of somebody who would be sent to the principal's office.
Hey, see, I've got some solvers that agree with me, though.
Yeah, well, they know the right answer, yeah. Edward Nemmel says 41 down is sips. Nurses. Yep, if you
There
nurse
we
a
go.
drink, you sip it. Thank you very much.
45.
Whoops. Let me correct that.
What's 45 across then? It looks
Oh,
like it
gotta
wants to
get
be
that.
minis. Have you solved today's mini yet?
Oh, yeah, easy to park cars. You notice that there is no real self-referential stuff in the crossword. It will never refer back to the puzzle unless it's, an entry like a cross or down sometimes. Here we go, 39 across. It's not working. I think that's a very clever
Katie
way.
Steins figured it out. Sam House, Michael Schopner.
You guys are awesome at this. It's not working. It refers to the answer leisure, and you're certainly not working when you're spending some leisure time.
We hope you guys find this leisurely.
Yes. Minnesota neighbor Klobuchar. Now, do I have any Minnesota solvers here today? I had not heard of Amy Klobuchar, but apparently she was the first woman elected to the Minnesota Senate.
That's huge.
Yep,
Wow.
it really is. So welcome to the New York Times crossword, Senator Klobuchar.
How fitting that it crosses yes.
Yes,
35
or actually down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely,
Woo!
yes.
Yes.
And we have another one here that's almost filled in. Take one, which if
Take
you hand
one.
something to somebody, take one.
It's
you
a
say,
quote,
here.
so take one. Here.
There you go.
Substitution.
Here we go. Bicker with. To bicker with somebody is to spar with them.
Because when you have with in parentheses right there, that means it's going to follow the other words in the clue as well as the answer. So to bicker
Absolutely.
with, to spar with.
A lot of people are getting
It
leisure.
just adds a little bit of help.
A lot of people are getting here. Sam House says 11 down is organ, non-monetary donation. Yes, absolutely. Very valuable.
You're an organ donor?
I am an organ donor.
As am I.
Awesome. Very good. There's actually a scene in Monty Python's Meaning of Life that was very funny. I didn't link to it in today's column only because it's a very grisly scene, but it's about liver donations, and if you want to look it up on YouTube, it's pretty funny. Let's say...
It's so nice to see all these capitalized yeses there at 35 down.
Yes.
Even though you guys are just answering a puzzle clue, it seems like it's cheering us on, so thank you.
Yes, we need the validation, so thank you. And Natalie Crew, thank you for saying that we're killing it today. You guys are killing it too. We would not be able to do this without you guys, and we appreciate that you show up every week.
Hey, Deb, real quick, do you want to just click on the scroll bar for each of those clues and just move them up to the top? I think Laura Jensen pointed out it's tough to see.
Okay,
Great.
so we're almost there.
There we go.
We're almost there.
Now
Let's
we should
kill
see your
this.
answers flying in.
Okay.
I see Susan White, Christine Papazoglu, Mona Lagarbo say 26 across is Haunt.
Ah, stomping ground.
The
Your
old
haunt.
stomping grounds.
There you go.
Ah, takes me back.
To what? Wednesday? Okay. 10 across becomes obscure in a way with up. Don't have that just yet.
It's got to end in S, though, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Here, let's see. More than a sliver becomes obscure. Yes, because you have the S here and becomes, it's going to have to be an S. So thank you for that.
That's good. So that might help us with 13 down then.
Yeah, and here is my favorite philosophy when it comes to dessert. If you're going to have more than a sliver, you're going to have a slab. Okay, life is short. Here we go. Muff, to muff something is to
Andy
make
Walsh has it.
Oh, really? So that's
Foul up.
She knows it's foul up. And we've got here, like instructions you have to hold in your mind, or oral, if somebody speaks instructions to you.
Unless, of course, you just write them down, but I mean, that's another story.
Absolutely. You could be doing that, but then they're not oral. Haggard, let's see.
Haggard. Ooh, that's tough. Victoria June Lancaster, I don't think we've called on her yet, has figured it out, 12 down. Haggard.
Awesome.
Says it's gaunt.
Gaunt.
Same with Adrian Majstorovich.
And we know that's true because 10 across becomes obscure in a way, is fogs up.
And hello there, Hema Sriram. A huge shout out to you too for calling us out. So, you know,
back at you. Thank you for showing up here. We know you have a lot of crosswords that you can do in a live stream, and we appreciate your choosing the New York Times. So that's my little flight attendant speech for the day.
Everybody, 8 squares left. Let's all work together to knock out this top left.
Okay, Brooke Demore Bradley says 4 down is EIO. Sound on old... Oh, that is so close.
Those are the letters.
Close. Yeah, we have... The problem is that if that was going to show up in a puzzle, it would show up as the entire phrase, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So
we wouldn't even accept EIO as an answer in a crossword.
It would be EIEIO. So we can't do that, but it might be an animal sound.
That's still really good thinking, though.
It is. Thank you for that. Let's see what we can do. Request to be connected on social media. I wanted this to be friend because friend is now a verb on social media, as in you should add me, you should friend me. But we don't have enough squares for that.
Well, let's go along that, along that same train of thought. I mean, if you're trying to be friends with one, you got to add them, right?
Right. So a request would be to add me.
So there like a spoken, like, hey, add me on Facebook. There we go.
And now we have a lot of people mooing at us. So
it went from yeses to moos.
Right.
Great. That's how my day's going.
And in fact, the sound on Old MacDonald's farm, or at least one of them, would be a moo. So thank you for that.
It's better than booze.
Yes. Here's one that I always get on my own case about forgetting because it has shown up in the New York Times crossword quite a bit over the years, not a lot, but enough. But Alfred, who coined the term inferiority complex, was a doctor named Alfred Adler. And I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but I do.
See, and I only knew Adler as Irene in Sherlock's A Study in Scarlet.
Alasha Nunes knew it. Victoria Lancaster knew it.
Elisha Nunez knew it.
Nishi Malhotra, yes, thank you for making my day with anger management. I'm not going to forget that one for a long time. It was a real asset to us. Yes, it was. Denise Nilsson has got 2 down. Max Build-Up Remover brand. I honestly did not know it by that. I mean, I know the brand name Drainer, but let's put it in.
That's just using context there. Yes. It's the only one that fits. It makes sense. Build-Up Removers is in clogs.
It's got, right, well, D blank ANO. It's got to be Drano. All right, last one. Way impressive.
Way impressive.
Okay, so we know that that has to be slangy, and this is to wilt. Let me see. Everybody catch up with us.
Marlene Cole's got it.
Alasha Nunez has got it.
Heather Woodley.
Absolutely. All right, we're all going to put this last one in together and crush this puzzle. It's got to be epic.
Woo! That was an epic finish.
It really was. And look at this one. We had reversing course, and that was the revealer for all three of these courses, a golf course, a math course, and a meal course that were spelled backwards. We reversed them. So that was terrific. You guys did amazing. If you want to join us here every week, we solve the Thursday crossword. Thank you so much to Zhouqin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I think she says it as Zhouqin, actually.
Zhouqin? All right. Well, see, I was way off.
I could be wrong, too.
It depends on what part of the Bronx you're from. Zhouqin Burnikel, or Cece, which is much easier. Thank you to her for creating such a terrific puzzle for us.
We'll see you next Thursday, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great afternoon. Happy solving, and thank you very much for joining us.
Have a good one, you all.